Hey, the rain let up a little bit. I got soaked between the trailer and the back barn. By the time I fed a bucket to the boys back there, it's just wet. Well, I look at her every frickin' morning and I say, when the hell are you going to have a calf? Because she's all mad, especially at night. Because if you're in that pen with a baby, you get grain morning and night. If you're in this pen without a baby, you only get grain in the morning, and it's not very much. And oh my God, poor Minnie has been so pissed off some evenings. I'll come in, give her her grain, and Minnie's trying to come through the feeder to get to the rest of the grain. But I kind of had a feeling this morning. See, I ask this every morning. I ask in the middle of the day, too, when the hell they're going to have a baby. Look out, dog. I'm standing on top of the feeder, and the dog's in my way to get off. But look at what I found this morning. I'm going to say that's probably our first attempt. So there you go. You got to see the first attempt. Yeah. Good morning, Mama. You get to graduate to the next pen, and you'll get grain tonight. I think it looks like it might be a bull, but you know, it's kind of hard to tell without being a little closer. There may or may not be dingle balls. There may or may not be up here out the back. I mean, they usually got a little hairless spot, or mostly hairless spot, and then a little bit of white hair next to them. But that doesn't mean anything either. Good mama. So I'm gonna be slowed down just a little bit to feed. Poor baby right back into a big pile of manure. So anyway, that's what we got. Well, good morning, cowboy. See, you're attempting to do some work this morning. Little one that just ran out here. Yellow tag. 32AL. Before I forget that. I don't know that he got her, but oh dang, I always got a cough when I turn the video on. Don't know that I got her, but I'm gonna ride her down. If you stare off in space, then you, well, maybe stare at my, there we go. Oh, hope I'm under the right one. Yes, heifers. The heck did I say her number was? 32AL. There we go. 32L. Hey, Al. Here you go. You didn't realize you got a calf here, did you? Yeah, she's one of the smaller ones, but probably about right to start cycling. Maybe it's her first cycle. Maybe it's her second. There's 33AL. So, Al, you got two of them out here. One of them's a brat, because she's a brat. What? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you were 241. Yeah, because you look like her. You gonna say good morning, cowboy? No, that doesn't smell like what I've been dealing with. How about you? Yeah. How about you? Oh, I almost touched you. There we go. Somebody touched me. Somebody wants to eat breakfast. What about you, Sapphire? Huh? And of course, her mother stands back there behind her, like, God, nobody sees me. Anyway, this is the last of the feeding I got to do. Then I'll take you back over to that new calf. I see a Hopi dope in the middle. She's being shy, but she literally just stood up. That's the first time she's actually been up. And yes, I said she. So, 041H has a heifer calf. Nice looking calf. It's a Bam Bam daughter. And no, I don't remember exactly when I had all those hot spells, but it's been a week or two ago, Becky and I were talking about wondering if all the hot spells last breeding season might have something to do with the number of bull calves we have. And literally the next night on the video I'd put up that night, the next night, whatever. Anyway, Murphy Law says, hey, you know, he worked on a couple of cattle ranches there in Australia. And he says, the boss always said when we had really hot summers, they would have more bull calves than heifer cow. The ratio would be farther off anyway. And since then, both on YouTube and on TikTok, in the comments, I've had people say, hey, you're not the only one that's almost all bulls. There's apparently quite a few. Not only in the US, but in Canada too, because, you know, we had the hot weather and we sent it to them. Yeah, she's praying. She's praying she can get up and get some breakfast. So anyway, there is something to that, and I had looked it up on Google, but I didn't look it up the right way, apparently. And Tylin and I were talking about it, and she looked it up, and what is it? It's a 3.12 times higher ratio of bulls. And that's just about what we are, really. Maybe a little more than that. No, actually, it's more. We got more bulls than that. But anyway, that is what we've been able to find out. And while I'm on the subject of things from the past, getting greasy garage. Mike mentioned last night in the comments that he had gone onto a couple of forums and tried to see where the receiver dryer would be on a 5288 International tractor. It says it's supposed to be up front. It looks funny. I honestly, sorry, I'm wiggling and zoomed in. I honestly do not remember ever seeing one on that tractor. I mean, I know it's got to be there. It's just not where I would expect it to be, because I know a lot of air conditioning technicians, you know, since they got all the training behind them, especially the older guys. Yeah, they check their gauges, but they also watch the window in the receiver dryer. And I know some that don't even, the only reason the gauge is on is to add Freon. And they stare at that receiver dryer window until it looks the way they want it. And that's when things work right. So why would you hide the damn thing where you can't even get to it? Asking for a friend. And yes, it's raining again. Well, it hadn't stopped, but it's a little heavier again. You?
So TT made me my own little pouchy, homemade pouchy.
Oh, homemade pouchy.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
She can eat out of
She's
that.
having apple blueberry.
Oh boy. Hey, what are you ignoring me for? Good morning.
She
Okay.
wanted nothing to do with Grandma and Grandpa this morning.
You be that way. Just be that way. And then, hey, there she is. We haven't seen her in a few days.
I don't feel good.
And she still says she don't feel good.
Yeah, I just gotta call the doctor. She put a request into the doctor, so hopefully he will.
Hopefully.
He'll get back to her
Home
today.
message maybe.
He's normally good about that.
Nice clean barn. Baby's over there working on mineral. That's amazing. We need to get some tubs, then probably nobody will work on any mineral, but that cow just bellied up to some of that C90 livestock salt. Well, mineral salt, whatever. That was empty, so I put some in there. And like the feeder's pretty well full. Got this done, and 2-year-old's lot over there. Mimi's standing outside. See if we can see her. There she is. Flushed the feeder out of there and cleaned all that out. I ain't putting another bale in there. Not for her. God knows she don't need it. I'll sure drop my glove on the ground. And literally, right before I turned the camera on, it was sun shining. But when I was putting bales in, or when I finished cleaning up over where Minnie is, it was raining. Why I put the bike under the roof. Not supposed to eat the barn there, kid. You like the others. Enjoy some of that mineralized sea salt stuff. So anyway, I had a pretty good pile, but I pushed it over. It was, you can see the top of it there, about even with the gate. It was up about the bottom of my finger. But that's the idea, get it stacked up and I can push it over and it gets it out there. And rain is back. Imagine that. So I gotta go feed the yearlings yet. And Mail should have been here a little bit ago, so I'll run up and grab that and get me some lunch and go from there. Well, there's some babies. Yeah, the town crier over there. Seems to me we've had one of those every year for the last few years. Maybe they're out of the same mommy, I don't know. And that little cutie, she was running around in here a minute ago. Went out there grabbing a little lunch. Oh, Boomers is grabbing a little lunch too. And yeah, clean it. What do they do? It's the only pile I see she's made so far. Amazing, isn't it? And it's so nice out right now, except for the wind that's going from 10 to 40 miles an hour. It can't make up its mind on it. And it'll be sunny like this for about 5 minutes. Then it'll get overcast. And it's going to rain again. I've been trying since lunch to dump that other feed bag. And guess what? It's still right there. I gets like this, I look at the radar and I go, I got 15 minutes tops to do it. One time it was 20 minutes before it was supposed to rain here. It made it 10 minutes. Oh, and I had me an interesting phone call at lunch too. Guy that makes that feed we've been feeding. He's a nice guy. I like to talk to him. Usually you end up on the phone with him for a while, but you know, that happens. That's fine. Anyway, y'all know we did some bank rearranging here a while back. Becky'd been clear through the book. Everything was accounted for, so she thought. Well, he gets out, you know, he's 100 miles away from where we're buying the feed from. And he gets up there either when they've got a full screenings bin and he's got to come up and get screenings, or when they run out of feed, or all the above. So he doesn't make it up here that often. You know, they've got a receipt book sitting there with his name on it. You know, you either give him your cash or write a check. And it all goes with that receipt book. He had, oh, he said there must have been a half a dozen checks from us in there, and one of them didn't clear. It said the account was closed. So he don't deal with credit cards and stuff. I didn't think he did. I don't either. I don't do that kind of crap. I do have a bank card, but I don't use it because I ain't into plastic. Anyway, I told him, well, I should be back in there to get some more feed probably a week after next. We'll just give him 2 checks. And yeah, I could do it all on one, but if we do it in 2 checks, we can put on the one that's a replacement check for that one. And you know, he wasn't mad about it. He's just like, hey, this check says the account's closed. What's going on? So I had to tell him the story about Mom not doing well, so we, you know, got everything switched over so it's me, and had to change the account. But you know, that tends to make you pucker quick when somebody says, hey, your check's no good, when you know damn good and well it is, especially when you know in order to have had that check, he's gotten at least 3 of them now off the new account, and they went through. So anyway, I don't know what Wally's doing, just running around sniffing girls. He thinks there might be something there, and she didn't run away too far, so who knows. But anyway, now if a stubborn old gal out there would just have her calf, preferably a heifer calf, because, you know, I mean, that's the last one Ty's got to calve, and kind of like to have another heifer out of her. But unfortunately, she's like her mother, and I think her daughters have been that way too. At about 10 years old, their udders tend to fall apart. And they're not the most beautiful udder before that either, but anyway, I'm going to finish getting garbage gathered up and see if I can get to the top of the driveway without getting absolutely soaked. Because you notice it's darking up again. It gets darker, the wind dies down, then it rains. I got to walk in the shop. I came in here this morning for a couple minutes, but didn't do anything. But left the lights on, so may as well shut them off. I was talking about the receiver dryer and how, you know, it really should be up front. And I can't see anything from above. And Mike at Getting Greasy Garage, he said he went on a couple of forums last night, looked this thing up. He says, yeah, it is in there. He says, it looks kind of like an inline fuel filter, though. So, that panel gets you in without standing on your head from above. Not that you can reach anything when you're in there, but works great for cleaning the shit out. You can get in with the vacuum cleaner and get it cleaned up. But hopefully tomorrow I will tackle that. Get into that, see what happens, and hopefully, even if this is the wrong one, hopefully I'll be able to hook it up in there. But you know, they're always in a place you can see, because a lot of the old timers watched the bubbles in that window and went by the size of the bubbles and the frequency of the bubbles as to when they were done. And, you know, I mean, if it's the wrong one, we let them know and figure it out. Wished I'd got it in, you know, when we actually got it, and not, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks later. But anyway, you've seen the day. One left to calve. 2 nice heifers in there waiting to go out. They got their shots, they just ain't been tagged and tattooed yet, so hopefully tomorrow get that done. And if that newest one is doing well enough and the cord's dried up good, they'll both go out, and then Minnie can come over into that pen. Most likely, anyway. But thanks for watching. Hope y'all had a great Monday. Hope everybody has a great Tuesday. And like I say, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I still got to get feed in that bin. I'm pretty much out inside right there. I mean, I can bucket it and take it across the barn, but it's kind of handy having it right there.